Fish have turned up in plenty of animated movies, both 2D and 3D. I had some trouble finding stop-motion examples. Real fish are amazing to watch. There's an incredible diversity, and some seem more like their artist's creation rather than a real creature. Personally, I love fish. I love going to aquariums. I had a great time as an animator on Finding Nemo, and this year I finally made a clay animation fish movie featuring Kevin Claything. But with limited shooting space, I needed to come up with a way to make it appear that my characters had an ocean of space to swim around in. So this video is perhaps more of a behind-the-scenes look at that process rather than a tutorial, but this is how I got Kevin and a whole lot of fish to swim. Basically, I chose to firmly secure the clay puppets to a support, animate them against a blue or green screen without actually moving them around, and then animating their locomotion in After Effects. The support system needed to raise the heavy clay puppets 12 or more inches off the table, and I needed to be able to swap out about 20 different fish. I used K&S tubing, brass square tubes of assorted sizes that fit snugly into each other. They can be cut without getting bent out of shape, rather difficult and slow with the saw, fast and easy with a Dremel. Sanding is needed to smooth it out. I drilled holes in the tube and screwed it to an L bracket, which I then screwed to my makeshift downshooter support, a repurposed cap pole. For Kevin, I secured the smaller size tube to the wire armature using everyone's favorite bonding agent, epoxy putty. I then sculpted Kevin with the end of the support sticking out of his back. A wire support may have been easier, but this is stable and strong so Kevin won't droop or twist while being animated. For the fish, I attached wire to the smaller tubing, secured it with epoxy putty, and sculpted the fish over the wire. The support system also was handy for the sculpting process. I sculpted a lot of fish from designs by my own offspring, Alana. To get a green screen behind the fish, I cut the screws short, cut a small hole in the green poster board, slid it into place, and attached it to the pole. I then positioned the camera so that the fish would completely block the view of the support arm. The fish could be at an angle so that it wouldn't always be in a perfect profile. A bit of green or blue board would cover any of the arm peeking around. A close green screen like that catches shadows, but those shadows can be reduced by curving the poster board. As long as there is green around the fish, compositing will work. And if there was green in the fish, I used a blue poster board. To animate swimming, it's good to understand how fish move. There are some helpful videos on YouTube, and you can just observe fish as they move about. Some fish move their whole bodies, others seem to just move their tails side to side, but there tends to be some twisting happening as well, especially when they're holding in place. Fins either wave, like Marlin, or paddle, like Dory. To animate a tail move, the trick is to create a wave effect. When the body finishes moving to one side, the tail keeps moving. For a few frames, the body moves to one side while the tail moves towards the other. For my highly populated shots, I animated each fish individually, including a lot of cycles. Cycles are challenging in stop motion. You need to get the movement at the beginning and end to connect. Often it's easier to just animate straight ahead for all the frames you need for a shot. To composite the shots, I used After Effects. I won't make this a software demo since you may be using a different app, but the steps are to make a mask around the fish that is just big enough to include all the motion. Apply the keying filter and adjust it to have a clean alpha channel. Then animate the fish's movement through the frame by keyframing the layer. Add some up and down movement so it doesn't feel like it's sliding across the surface, and include some rotation. And then add a background. Using this method, you can have a much larger area for your character than your shooting space may allow, and you can have as many characters in your shot as you want. Of course, you'll have different tools, resources, apps, and shooting conditions that will call for a different creative approach to achieving a swimming effect. Please share your ideas in the comments below, subscribe for more stop-motion tutorials, and thanks for watching.